Hello, my name is Henry, and welcome to 5 Minute Mindfulness. This is the first live, so thank you for checking us out. Today's topic is why does my mind wander so much during meditation? Um, let's back up a little bit about me. Uh, Again, my name is Henry. I learned meditation in the Himalayas, and I've spent the last 8 years helping people to establish a daily meditation practice. This channel is focused on helping people do that. If you're interested in meditation, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, advanced, wherever you are, if you are just looking for someone to meditate with, you have that option here with any of the videos. If you are having questions, if you are struggling with anything, hopefully there's a topic here that will address whatever you have going on in your practice right now. For today's session, we'll talk a bit about the topic. We'll go into uh, some of the reasons why the mind wanders in general, and in specific how it relates to meditation. And we'll discuss some solutions on how they can be managed through meditation. And then we'll do a short guided meditation to try to tie things in together. So first, I've got some talking points here to make sure I stay on track and keep us going here. The mind wandering during meditation. We're built that way. Um, our minds are wired to uh, solve problems, fill in gaps, things like this. As in, our minds are here to help us survive in an ever-changing world and environments. So when we have a time where we try to stop the mind from doing what it naturally likes to do and is very much in the habit of doing, which is wandering or jumping from one thing to the next. We have emotions that play a big part on our minds, and where it tends to go, what grooves it repeatedly finds itself in. When we're meditating, we're trying to redirect the mind, typically with a focal point. This is what I've found to be the most consistent way um, to train the mind. So when we have the mind and it is, let's say, um, jumping around from thought to thought, many people who are starting their meditation journey will often get frustrated. Many people who have been meditating for some time have expectations on removing this aspect of thoughts arising or frequently changing while they're frequently arising in meditation. This is very normal for beginner, intermediate, and advanced meditators. Uh, I have met people with decades of meditation experience. I've yet to have someone confirm uh, that they don't have thoughts that arise. When it comes to people who have mastered themselves, I'm certain that is a different story. But I've never been able to sit down and one-on-one with someone who has mastered themselves. So I can't really comment on uh, any feedback I've gotten from their experience. Um, from my own experience, I still have thoughts. It depends on the day. Some meditation sessions are a lot more clear, a lot less uh, mental distractions. And some sessions are much more active, the mind, my mind being much more active. I think, uh, first of all, normalizing this thought process. Your mind is doing this. It is what your mind always does. Excuse me. So, um, first thing that I would suggest is acceptance. Accept that when you um, make the time to meditate, thoughts will arise. Accept this. Accept that this is part of the process of meditation, that your mind works this way, and that the purpose and the practice of meditation is to reduce this habit of the mind, and forming a new habit where the mind is directed to where you would like it to go. This is a situation to where instead of your mind leading you, you are leading your mind, giving it instruction on where it is to go and what it is to do, and it follows. What most of us experience most of the time, if not some of us all the time, is that our minds go where they are in the habit of going because we haven't uh, trained the mind or worked with the mind long enough to form new habits where our minds go in places that we would rather have them go or in places that we need them to go for that particular time. So accepting and I would say normalizing is in have the expectation that it will occur in your meditation practice, have the expectation that it will occur in your day to day, and do your best to simply observe, don't judge as best as you can. This is not an easy thing to do. Uh, just like trying to redirect the mind from what it is in the habit of doing is not an easy thing to do. Any skill that is worthwhile, I do not think is easy. But once attained or once on the road there, um, I think it is well worth it. And it's been my experience that things that are worth it definitely do take effort. So this is something that can be efforted. I can say from experience that the environment of my mind after uh, a little over 8 years of meditation has uh, definitely changed the environment in a positive way. So observing the thought patterns that arise, having that level of awareness where you know where your mind is prone to going, uh, and observing this, doing your best not to pass judgment on yourself. This is where we find ourselves now. So working towards getting to where we would like our mind to be. This is a process of um, working with yourself. This requires quite a bit of patience um, and resilience. Sticking with yourself throughout this process. One of the toughest things about meditation that I've found is um, accepting yourself and also realizing that it's going to be one session at a time, potentially for a long time. But uh, you are the only person who can do this for yourself. But the benefit is you will improve as a person, and you will also improve the environment uh, that you are in. So the people around you, the animals around you, plants around you, the structures around you, the inanimate things around you, everything will improve slowly but surely, just like your mind beginning to become more still and not wandering as much. I think a lot of times we uh, don't really have a good idea of how much our mind wanders until we try to focus. This can cause some serious challenges, especially to our egos and um, everything that we think of ourselves, or how we like to think of ourselves, and how we actually are. So I like meditation for the sense that it is an opportunity to see yourself, and then being able to observe without judgment. I feel like it is an important part. This is something I still work with because I don't appreciate every thought that I have, but I'm learning to, because if I can see what I'm doing and I don't particularly want to do that, I can give my mind something else to do, and with enough redirection, it will settle into that new and approved thought process. Um, let's see, that's normalize. And also, I just segued into redirection. And typically, when you have redirection, you're looking at things like mantra, the breath, a color, a focal point, a physical focal point. There are many things in meditation that can be used to um, focus. For this channel, the primary focus is the breath, because if we're watching this, we all have that going on. So that gives us a very specific commonality and a base to work from. If you have other focal points that you incorporate in your meditation, feel free to use those and replace that when I mention the breath. If the breath is your preference, or you don't have a different focal point, by all means, use the breath. Uh, I really appreciate it because we have to be doing it, short of holding it or being underwater and holding it, or whatever it is. It's something that we're doing at all times in order to be alive. So at any time that we would like to focus, it is I believe, the easiest thing to do. Also, with the connection to the breath and the emotions, mind, just changing the way that you breathe has a big impact on how your mind functions. So you may observe when it comes to the breath, excuse me, that you may be taking very shallow breaths if you uh, are not in the happiest of moods. Um, this breathing pattern can be very easily observed uh, if you gain breath awareness, and it can prevent you from um, being angry as frequently as you maybe if anger is an issue. Also, this whatever emotion that you may be dealing with, and I'm just using anger as an example, with shorter breaths, or this could also be anxiety, uh, depression. You get people who like sigh and many things, and I've experienced a range of emotions over the course of my life. So, there are some telltale signs to breathing patterns based on a person's emotional state, whether that be uh, very temporary or something more chronic or long-standing. With this in mind, focusing on the breath allows you to manage your mind and your emotions in a way of, or from a place of observation, observing, not judging, so much that when you do feel a certain way outside of meditation, it will allow you to do a better job of observing that emotional state and not necessarily being tied to it um, or attached to it in a way that you can't put it down when you become aware of it. So, with that in mind, um, we'll get into today's meditation and hopefully, well, I won't say hopefully, I would say definitely, it will be a step in the right direction for uh, allowing our minds to focus and not to wander so much. Let's begin. Bring your awareness to the tips of the nostrils. Observe the floor there here. Now we'll take our awareness down into the toes. And we'll relax the toes. We'll relax the feet. We'll relax the lower leg. Relax the upper legs. Relax the pelvic and hip region. Relax the stomach. Relax the chest and the heart center. Relax the shoulders. Relax the chin and the jaw. Relax the forehead. And we'll take our awareness back to the breath at the tips of the nostrils. And we'll simply observe the flow there as it passes the tips of the nostrils as we exhale and we inhale. And we inhale and we exhale. Your minds are already wandering. That's okay. That's what they do. They wander. With this practice, you'll wander just a little bit less. And with the next one, a little bit less. And soon, before you know it, your mind will become more still and will wander far less frequently. And bring our awareness back to the tips of the nostrils. Now we'll try to focus the breath a little deeper. And now we'll follow the breath. And then we inhale, observing the floor there, past the nostrils, down the esophagus, filling up the lungs, the lower lobes, breathing into the abdomen and stomach area, observing how it expands, contracts as we exhale, constricting the lungs, forcing air up the esophagus and out to the nostrils. And we'll bring our awareness to the belly button, navel region. And here, we'll imagine the breath as a string or a rope. And as we inhale, shifting our awareness to the navel and belly button region. And as we exhale, shifting our awareness to the nostrils. And we're going to simply observe this flow of air as it ebbs and flows between these two areas. Observe the flow. Feel the navel and belly button region expand and contract. Focusing on the belly button and navel region as it expands and contracts. And we'll follow the floor there up, shift your focus back to the tips of the nostrils. If your mind is wandering, this is okay, this is normal. Bring your focus back to the breath whenever you are capable and aware. And let's bring our awareness to the forehead. Relax the forehead. Relax the jaw, the corners of the mouth. Relax the shoulders. Relax the chest, heart center. Relax the stomach. Relax the pelvis, the hips. Relax the upper legs. Relax the lower legs. Relax the feet. Bring your awareness back to the breath, tips of the nostrils. If your mind has been wandering, this is normal. This is the process. And slowly and gently open the eyes. Very good. I hope that you have found value in this session. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them. And we'll see you next time on 5 Minute Mindfulness. Namaste.